Hello everyone, my name is Tom, aka Slick, aka whatever you call me. I'm the writer of Seeking Truth and Mystic, and was also the actor and character basis for Zeke Strahm. And I decided to do a bit of a director's commentary over this finale video, just as a bit of a celebration over having been dead and retired for over a year now, as well as kind of celebrating what would have been the 3-year anniversary of Zeke's story's beginning. So here we go. First off, why I made this into a video. Basically, I kind of wanted to give Zeke just one on-screen appearance at some point over his run, and I had several things planned out that never really kind of saw the light of day. But I figured a finale where we actually see Zeke's final moments was good enough, or good enough that what I could do. And it would be kind of bittersweet to see the first real, I guess, proactive protagonist in the whole mythos dying alone in the basement, giving his last advice before Slender Man finally gets him. It kind of reinforces the fact that nothing lasts forever. Eventually, these characters are going to fall, and where do the survivors and the followers go now that it's done? I kind of want to pose that question, like, what happens now? What do you do when a hero falls? Do you keep fighting or do you give up? Zeke's motto was always, fight to the last breath, but when one's fight is over, what happens to those who remain? And I thought that was kind of an interesting little question to pose for viewers, I suppose. But this video was only done in one take. I pretty much didn't trust myself to do multiple takes, so I committed to just the one. It was pretty much almost perfect, save for one spot where I know I flubbed the lines a bit. The blood was ketchup mixed with hot water. Blood's kind of tough. People will argue forever if it looks real or not. I got maybe 7 different people telling me what to use. Overall, it went well, although you only really see the blood for about 2 seconds. There's a part where I show my bloody hand at the camera, but it's one of the eventually distorted bits because with the dark in the distance, you really couldn't see it. So it was kind of pointless. The editing was the only time I have ever gotten to screw around with distortion effects on Vegas Movie Studio, which is the editing software I use. They have a bunch of different visual and audio distortion stuff, and it works kind of nice. If you ever want some kind of editing software where you can dick around with some easy effects, I got this for only like 30, 40 bucks on the Dell website. The only effects I didn't do myself was the tentacle stuff at the end, which Everardo did really well. That was a cool stick, by the way, for anyone wondering who did that. I think people think Adam did that, and I did consult him for it, but ultimately Everardo had more time and more, less stuff he had to do and to work on it, and it came out really beautiful. Although there was that nasty catch-22 that in order to have the good effects, he had to darken the video contrast, which is why this video looks as dark as it does. It wasn't initially this dark. It was originally a lot brighter. I mean, my basement's not that dark. I was right next to a window, for God's sakes. Um, and then I guess I should talk about why there are multiple versions of this video. Like Adam linked the one, and then Dan had a video on his own channel, Compiled Truth, and then Ryan did something with Dirt to the Earth. My reasoning behind it was that it was just kind of an idea to get the word out by having Noah and Dr. Cairo and Ryan's character post the video and get the word out that one of the heroes of the mythos was dead, and kind of see what kind of an impact it had. Let the world know that the mystic had fallen, I guess. By the way, the mystic was never meant to infer that the vlog was core theory. It was just a title I liked. I've said this about 100 times since the sequel story went up, and I'm sure I'll say it 100 times more, but yeah. Not connected to core theory. I just like the title. Decided to name it the blog. I'm not good with story titles. Okay, Seeking Truth's name came from a course I took my sophomore year of college. Like, I can't do story titles for the life of me. Anyway, but the idea was to get Zeke's last words out to as many people as he could, and the words were definitely heard. As of this recording, the main video on the Mystic Has Fallen channel has over 10k views, which is more than I've ever gotten on a video of mine, and that was all basically Adam's work. He did a favor putting that out. Of course, Cairo and Ryan did too. I mean, they basically by putting it on their channel, they kind of halted their own storylines just to get word that the Mystic, that Zeke was dead. So it was really cool that all three of them kind of did that. Kind of wish a certain fourth series had, considering the message in it, but again, the fact that they kind of went out of their the other three kind of went out of their story's plot to post that, I think was good enough. I didn't want to just like screw anybody over really. Let's see what else. I'm always kind of amazed when that Seeking Truth did as well as it did. Um, I say this a few times, but I honestly believe that if I had come onto the scene 6 months later than I had, nobody would have cared. Um, someone else probably would have taken my place, or Everyman Hybrid or Tribe 12 probably would have been recognized sooner, and changed the mythos the way they did. But because I came on as I did, that's when the mythos started changing a little bit. And I'm always really amazed at how well it did, how many people just love it, and how Zeke kind of became just this cop character that I was really just kind of writing for the hell of it, and then he just kind of became something a lot bigger. And I got these experiences to work on Mystic and as well, and experiment a lot more with a different formula. Even though I think people I think the general consensus is that Mystic wasn't as good as Seeking Truth, and to be fair, I kind of have to agree with them. The sequel is rarely ever as good as the original, but I'm really happy with how both of them turned out. Mystic, I got to experiment with a lot of things, and a lot more character depth, a lot more, I guess, telling a story. And I got to use Ren, which is a character that I used in a very old story of mine. Maybe someday the world will get to read it, but for now it's just kind of sitting in my desk drawer waiting for me to get back to it eventually. Yeah. But, yeah, I mean, Seeking Truth got me recognized, more or less. And I'm really kind of, I'm still to this day, people, whenever I say, what I did, who I am, like, I still get people, like, dropping their jaws in awe when they realize who I am. And, to have that 3 years on is really kind of incredible. Oh, one last thing I should mention. That necklace that I was wearing when I'm talking to Celeste, that is from the Mystic Make It Count crossover. I bought it when I was in Vermont 2 summers ago, almost 2 summers ago. It's basically like the one from the blog. It's the little cross, and I thought it'd be nice and would have continuity to see him wear it. Kind of that he honored Celeste's wishes, and that she was one of the last things he thought about. Which I don't know how many Zeke Celeste shippers there are out there. I've always kind of been more Zeke Lizzie, but that may just preference of mine. But I think they were very nice together, Zeke and Celeste. I guess I should probably start wrapping this up. I honestly don't know how long I've been talking, but I'll check the time later. But since we're probably nearing the end here, I guess I'll wrap it up. This was an incredible privilege to have worked on these stories and gain the following that I have. It's been kind of amazing. I've gotten to meet some, really very friendly, very talented people, some that I hopefully plan to work with in the future. It's given me access to some terrific creative outlets, and I met Lynn, which is probably the greatest prize of all. I'm glad I got the chance to do it and meet all these people, and that have essentially changed my life for the better. I know people say you can't have any worthwhile friends on the internet, but given our community, I'm pretty sure we've proven that one false. People are banding together, forming relationships, and hopefully we'll provide more content in the future. You never know. The sky's kind of the limit for a lot of us, I think. Maybe it's just me. People may be wondering what the creator of Seeking Truth has been doing since retirement, and rather than bore you with all the details, I'll just post all the links to my regular channel and my Riff Tracks channel in the description, and obviously this SickSlickProductions is my review channel, my partner channel. So you can check all the links out if you want, and see if it's something you'd want to tune in for. And as to whether or not I'll return to the Slenderverse at some point, as another blog or maybe doing a vlog thing or something like that, something that's not Slender Tracks, which I hardly ever update. I swear I'm working on it, but as to whether I'll do something like that, maybe, but only if I have a very good idea for it. I'm not gonna do anything until I do. But that's it, I think. That's just about everything I wanted to say. So, yeah, thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed it, and I will see you guys later. Peace out.